Hi YouTube. Today we're doing a live feeding with my ball python Martoof. I'm going to start this video off by saying I do not like live feeding, and aside from making this video to help people, I don't feed live to him because he doesn't need it. He will eat anything and everything that I put in front of him. Mice, rats, live, fresh frozen, pre-killed. Yeah, he just likes to eat. So what live feeding is for snakes that won't take frozen thawed, which is not uncommon. They can be a little bit finicky. They're definitely pickier than, say, my corn snake who's finishing up chowing down on his food. So there is a time and a place where live feeding can be necessary. Some snakes can be converted over after you get them eating, but I am always for feed them what they eat, period. If they don't take frozen thawed, don't punish them for it. It's not their fault. It's not natural for them to eat frozen thawed. So, with that, there are some things you can do to help make it safer, and that's kind of what this video is going to be for. I will say that it kills me to do this because this little guy is freaking adorable, but I don't really have much of a choice. So, I'm going to kind of run through some things. I don't do the stunning because stunning can cause them to wake up in the middle of being constricted and freak. So if your ball python still doesn't have a good grip on it, having it stunned can make things worse rather than better. I personally, I'll pause this for a minute before I put it in there and then restart it when I put him in there. We'll spend a little bit of time with it. It's painful, but I like to make sure it's calm. Just like with any food that I raise for myself, whether it be pigs or chickens or hopefully eventually rabbits and stuff like that, my motto is that happy food is tasty food. So there's no point stressing out an animal just because it's about to be eaten. Its life still matters just as much as my snake's does. However, my snake is my snake, and this guy is just kind of his food. So, I don't do this because I want to. I do this because I'd like to use it as an educational experience. So, the teaching part. A lot of people will just throw in a live rodent with their snake and just kind of leave it be. I think that is extremely irresponsible. When you are feeding live, this is reflecting, it's still hot, never mind. You have to make sure you're there the whole time. If you leave a rodent in with your snake and your snake decides not to eat it, it can and will start gnawing on your snake. I have a friend who had one for a while before she passed, who had half of her face chewed off because somebody had left a rat in her with her for a very long time. They can attack. It's just not safe. That's one. Now B, when they go to strike and eat the rodent, they don't always have perfect aim. And sometimes they get a little excited and they don't wait for the perfect opportunity. So I'm sorry, this is shaking a whole lot. So then the rat is in a position where it can turn around and bite your snake, and that can cause some serious damage. What you do to prevent that is this right here. It's actually brand new. I just bought them today at the expo where I got all my feeders. First time buying bulk. I will say it is so much cheaper than going to pet stores. They slap on that huge convenience fee and whatnot. He knows it's coming. What you do is if the snake doesn't get a good grip and you can see the rodent's mouth, you stick this right in their mouth so that they can't bite on your snake until it has passed. Again, it's not exactly fun, but it is for the better of your snake. I am going to, like I said, I'll spend a little time holding him, make sure that he's calm before I put him in there. It makes the risk of your snake getting bitten lower, although it is still a risk, which is, again, another reason why I don't do live on a regular basis, unless I eventually get a snake that will only take live, in which case I won't hesitate to feed live. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and get this guy out and restart the video when I put him in. So I've got him now. He's not exactly calm, but he wants to crawl up my arm. So I'll very carefully set him way over here, away from my snake, for the sake of my hand now smells like rat. Oh, okay. And he's gonna go try to hide here. He's not happy. He had a long road trip to get here. Again, unlike some people, I will not take out his hide or his decorations. As you saw, I moved the big yellow one, and I might move some other stuff depending on how long it takes the rat to get where he can get to him. But they are ambush predators, meaning that you remove that hide from on top of him, and he's going to feel exposed and feel less likely, he'll be less likely to try to actually eat. Here he comes. So you just want to leave it as natural as possible. I'm waiting for him to stick his tongue out. He'll realize that the rat's actually in there. He's not too happy because I turned the light on up above just so that you guys could see. But again, he's not finicky. There goes that tongue. So I'm not too concerned about it. However, he is also getting ready to shed in the next day or two. Some snakes will eat like that, some will not. It's not going to hurt them to eat like that. But like I said before, he is by no means a picky eater, so I'm not too worried about him not eating today. So we'll just sit and watch. This is the hard part. Waiting. Pause it. So, I'm going to stick this right in here like this because my tooth did not get a good grip on him. And I'll wait until he is dead, but I can't keep recording because I have to do this. And I'll just sit here with him until it passes, making sure that it doesn't bite him at all. So that's that.